we can get it up on our new Vimeo account. All right. Happy Friday, Keller Williams. How are we doing this morning? Happy Friday. It's always a good day when you can start with a little MJ, right? Jackson 5. And we're starting with the energy this morning because it is Friday. And on Fridays, we do high fives. We share our gratitudes. We get our energy going to head into the weekend with the right positive energy. So unmute yourself. I'll call you out when I see you. And let's get ourselves started. All right, Tim DeLeo.
Hey, I'm pretty new to Keller Williams. I'm actually joining prior to my team joining, but I have a two-part gratitude today. So it's very short on two parts. The first part is yesterday I landed my largest sale ever since I've been a realtor. Now, don't get too crazy because I've only been a realtor for less than 9 months, but it's over $1 million. So I'm excited, very excited. But I think you'll understand that the second part is probably much more important than the first part. I have a dad who's in a nursing home on end of life and a mom who just came out of surgery, but I am still able to tell them I love them every day. And that is, to me, gratitude.
Love it. Wow. I love that. Thank you, Tim, for getting us started today. He hasn't even officially joined yet, and he's already bringing the heat. I love it.
My team hasn't, but I'm actually joined.
You're like, I can't wait for the team. I can't wait for the team. I'm in. Love it. Thank you, Tim. All right. Who wants to follow up that one? Donna Gilbert raising the hand and unmuting. I love it.
I know how to do this. I know the rules. So I have a lot of gratitude. I've been having gratitude it's just my life is filled with gratitude these days. But particularly, I want to say thank you to Adonis and Marlon for running around at the last minute to make sure the James Shaw technical piece was managed. And you guys really, I was like, okay, so I don't know how to do that, but you all jumped right in there and did it. I'm just piggybacking on what Tim said. That's really kind of touching. Yesterday would have been my father's 102nd birthday. And I had him until he was 98 years old. And, it's just, I know, I feel like they're still, and my mother's passed as well, and she lived a long and happy, wonderful life. But, say I love you when you have them. Say I love you. I mean, I still do, even though they're not here, but make sure you remember to do that. So thank you for that, Tim.
Love it. I wore the We Are One KW shirt today, but I feel like I should have worn the big culture heart today. I'm feeling a lot of heart this morning. I love it. Feeling a lot of the love. All right. Who else has some gratitude? Let's keep this train rolling. Let's get at least two more. And I know what always happens is we get like two more and then five more show up. All right, Jen Henry.
I have some gratitude for all of my coaching clients who are so amazing, and a huge contingency of them came to support me in my theater show last weekend. And I just wanted to publicly acknowledge them for doing that because I felt the love from all of you guys, and it gave me extra energy on stage. And thank you so much for doing that.
Love it. And if you haven't seen her show yet, it is still going on this weekend, I believe. Is that correct, Jen?
It is, but it's sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold
Just
out.
Like everything we do at KW. Love it.
But there's another weekend next weekend as well.
All
and
right. So
I can tell you, I'm not a lead in this play, but the people who are Broadway caliber. So if you want to see a good show, you can come check out Evita at the Wilton Play Shop.
Love it. All right. Hit up Jen Henry in the chat if you want her info or how to get tickets for that. Evita. I haven't seen that show in a really long time. Love it. All right. One more. We're going to do one more gratitude. And I know there's a couple people out there that haven't unmuted yet. All right, John Mendez. There's one. We got one left.
Alrighty, I have a couple gratitudes. One, I want to give a big thank you to Jen. I didn't know what arnica gel was, and so I went to CVS to go buy some the day I sprained my ankle, and that's been helping me feel better. I also have gratitude for everyone that was telling me to stay off my feet and looking out for me while I was at Bold limping around. And then I have more gratitude for Silva, um, who's been helping me host the open houses for her, and not only that, but like teaching me as I'm there as well. So she's been helping me out and coaching me while I'm doing that. So big shout out to her.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Ben Boger, close us out here with our gratitude, with our high fives on Friday.
Yeah, I'd just like to give gratitude to like all the leadership at Keller Williams for putting on all these Zoom calls that we have, and just continuing to bang home the main point that we need to be, lead generating and doing all these things to generate business. I want to report that I've had some limiting beliefs about doing cold calling and doing lead gen for fear of rejection. And I cold called the other day at the office, and I left a voicemail on a guy's phone, and he called me back yesterday and doesn't really have exact plans of selling it, but he wants me to come over and kind of give him a CMA. So to me, that's a listing presentation. That's how I'm going to treat it. And so that's like the first time I got an appointment off of a cold call. So thank you to everybody at Keller Williams for always just, supporting me and everybody.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you, Ben. I did not pay Ben to say that this morning, but that is a perfect lead in to our quantum leap conversation today. But before we get there, and I just used the word but, I know, and before we get there, right? Couple announcements. So Tuesday, next week, we have our first night session of risk reduction. It's the last session of risk reduction. So if you have not taken it yet, you must be in the Zoom room right here, Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. There's a ton of great information out there to help you build and run your businesses at a higher level, a safer level, a less risky level. All right. And honestly, it's all just great content and great information for you to run a better business. So be there Tuesday from 6 to 8. We also have Ignite continuing next week from 4 to 6 right here in the Zoom room. We'll be in Stanford on Wednesday for Bold, and we've got a whole lot more. Keep an eye out on the KW203 website for our training calendar, which if it's not up there yet, it should be today. All right. It's 9:08, and thankfully we finished a little bit earlier. Oh, wait, I have one more announcement. Fiona, there it is. I didn't forget about you, Fiona.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. So I'm looking for 3 people actually for Monday morning for the Circle of Care in Wilton. They have a 5K run this weekend and they need some help for the cleanup. And I've kind of volunteered as I have already myself and somebody else, but I need 3 people between 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. So anybody interested, please, I'm going to put my number in the chat. Circle of Care is a children's cancer charity. So I would be so grateful of your help. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's in Wilton. Cheers.
Awesome. So hit up Fiona in the chat if you have the time and you have the inclination to help out with the charity walk with some cleanup. She just needs 3 people. I figure we got 60 people on this call. She should be able to find 3, right? Love it. All right, Silva's in, Fiona. There you go. You got your first one. All right. So last week we kicked off our new Friday series of Quantum Leap. And we did so because the leadership team, Steve, Debbie, Rick, and I were down in Austin 2 weeks ago and got to experience Gary Keller teaching Quantum Leap for the first. I'd never experienced it, from him. I'd learned it and I've taught the course, but I've never actually seen him do it. And doing so made me realize that this is the next Friday call, right? We went through all of our bold laws already. And so Quantum Leap is the next call. So last week we kicked it off with where Gary kicks it off, which is living your life and not living somebody else's, right? And so the question we asked was, whose life am I living? And then the even more important question is, well, how would I know, right? How do I know if the life I'm living is made up of choices that I'm making based on what I want in my world, based on what is important to me, based on my values, my beliefs, my mission, right? Or am I making choices in my life because of expectations of others or the expectations of our society, right? Or because of how I was raised or because of my family, right? That was the conversation we had. And we talked about the first step being getting clarity around what's most important to me. What do I believe to be true? Right? What values do I hold important? And then getting clarity around that then allows us to then ask the questions. Well, how will I know? So today we're going to talk about the words quantum leap. Now, what does quantum leap sound like? Right? This is kind of Gary's big joke on the whole thing, right? Quantum leap sounds like this massive, massive thing. And I'm going to stand back here so I can put my hands out even bigger and wider, right? It sounds like this massive thing. It's a leap. It's a leap of faith. It's a leap of change. And yet when we actually dig into it, what quantum actually means is very, very, very small. Quantum means, if you look at the definition of quantum, it's actually the smallest amount of energy. Right? When we talk about quantum physics, what are we talking about? We're talking about the tiniest little pieces of our universe, right? So quantum actually means incredibly, incredibly small. What it also means is significant. And what it also means is sudden and important change. Do you feel like Gary is purposeful about everything he does? Do you think he was purposeful in choosing a word like quantum to title this training that which comprises like everything he's learned over his 60-year life in building his life with a purpose? So what is quantum leap? Quantum leap. A quantum leap, what we are going to be talking about for probably the next 2 months on Fridays, is incredibly small changes that we can make that will have a massive, significant difference in our world. Right? A quantum leap is a step-by-step process. It's going A, B, C, not A to Z. You'll eventually get to Z, but you take all of those steps along the way. So the next questions that you look at, right? Once you've figured out, once you've identified your mission, why am I here? Why am I on this earth? What is the purpose of being here? Right? What legacy am I going to leave behind? What legacy do I want to leave behind? You get clarity around your beliefs. What is it that I believe to be true about how the world works? Right? Around how I feel people should treat each other, around how business works. What are my beliefs around those things? What do I believe to be true? Right? And then what are my values? What do I stand for? What do I value as important? Right? We used Keller Williams as the example, right? The mission of our organization is to create careers worth having, businesses are worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. We talk about our values: God, family, business. Right? We talk about our beliefs, our Y4C2Ts. Are you thinking about these things in your world? And then from there, what is the small and significant thing you can do today that will put you on that path? In bold, we're talking about 20 contacts a day, right? In Steve and my 30, 60, 90 program, team leader training, we talk about 20 contacts a day, 10 new, 10 follow-up. That's one change, but that's a pretty big ask, right? 20 contacts a day, every day for a week, 100 contacts a week. What if you were to start even smaller than that? What if you were to just say, you know what, today I'm going to connect with one person and have a meaningful conversation with that person? Just what if you were to just start there? How many days have you gone by without having one conversation with somebody about real estate? What happens if you do that for a number of days? What does your business look like? And yet, what if you were to just make one contact every day? What if you were to make one contact that you could add to your database that you could communicate with over time? What would your database look like after just 1 year? What would your database look like after 2 years? Do you feel like after a certain amount of time, it would feel weird if you didn't add somebody to your database that day? Right? What's one small significant change? That is the question of the week. All right. So thank you everybody for being here today. Thank you for our gratitudes to get our energy right. Let's get out there this weekend and sell some houses. And we'll see you right back here in the Zoom room at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and an amazing weekend. And we'll see you back here Monday morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.